Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to O'Connor, the lovely sunbathed O'Connor Oval here this afternoon for this round 8 match in the Austbrokers Canberra Raiders Cup. It is the Belconnen United Sharks and the Tuggeranong Bushrangers, joined here pre-game with John Corrider. John, it's been tough times for the Belconnen United Sharks to start the season.
Well, they had a really tough start, but they've really improved quite a lot. I've been quite impressed with what I've seen from them, especially on their edges. They're quite strong there. So while they've been losing narrowly, I was chatting to their halfback, Darcy Eason, during the week, and he was just saying that they've just got to start turning those close losses into close wins. They were getting pumped at the start of the season, but they really tightened up. They've got, obviously, Scott Logan as coach, and they're really looking like a well-drilled outfit. It's still a little bit off the finished product, but I've really been impressed by the improvement.
Talk about that improvement. They got their first win in the Belconnen Derby a couple of weeks ago, 34-20 over the Warriors. Close-ish loss to the Workers last week up there in Goulburn, and they played well in patches as well in that game, going down 28-14. Sorry. The issue here, though, is the fact that you look at their record and it still says 1-6. And you go, well, where to now for the Sharks? Do you realistically write them off from the top 4 so early in the season?
No, I don't think you can really rule off any team, to be honest. There's not that much between three and last place. Like, they've all had their inconsistencies, and that's just because it is a tight competition. So it'll be interesting to see how they go. Belconnen do have a couple of their big players out today. They've got Des Fofinger, he's out with a shoulder injury, and also Kerasoma Sione, who's been really impressive for them. So they do lose a little bit of strike power there, but I've been really impressed by Matthew Butts and Jordan Meckham-Crane. They've been combining really well on that edge. So it'll be interesting to see how they go today against Tuggeranong.
You mentioned Desmond Faigafa there, 6 tries. He scored over a fourth of Belconnen United's tries. They've only scored 22 this year, and he scored 6 of them. And he's out today with that shoulder injury. You mentioned that he's only scored those in recent times, and he didn't start the season on fire, but still to lose 6 of your 22 tries, that's got to hurt.
Yeah, it does hurt. I do think the loss of Sione does impact him a bit more, because he just gave him a lot more impact just in the middle of the field. Just when things were tough, they often looked to him. So while it is a big loss, I'll be interested just to see how James White goes in his position.
Alrighty, the Bushrangers, they got a 2-3-1 record because draws are the flavour of this year's season. 26 tries only themselves, so they've only scored 4 more than last place, but they sit on points difference and 1 point just outside the top 4. They had a difficult loss last weekend to the Warriors, and that draw the weekend before, that controversial draw against the Woden Valley Rams. It's been an interesting season for the Bushrangers, shall we say.
Yeah, they've had a really just rough patch with injuries. It's been absolutely ravaged. They had Michael Brophy. He was fullback at the start of the season. He got injured. Dane Ewings filled in, and now Dane Ewings is over at lock. So they've lost a lot in their forward pack. They had John Papali. He's out injured. And there's a couple of other guys out as well. So they had a bit of a reshuffle. Mike Uliakiola, he moves from the second row into prop, and he'll be looking to really lead their forward pack.
All right, well, the Tuggeranong Bushrangers do take the field here. This is how they will line up. At fullback, Tim Vatabuli. On the wings, Jaden Pollard with 7 tries this season, and Brendan Brophy. In the centres, Issy Athamui and Bo Donovan. The halves are Jack Heyman and Josh Mitchell. Josh Mitchell has chipped in with 5 himself. That is crucial from the halves. Front row of Brent Wallace, Liam Oakley and Mike Uliakiola. And the second row of Wayne Bullock, Wes Tauti and Dane Ewings. The bench, number 15, Quinn Cannon, 16, Josh Rathney, 17, Nathan Chudley, and 18 will be Matt Holmes. I was told that Matt Holmes can get the bigger number 18 jersey because, quote-unquote, he's a big fella. And I'll leave that at that. For the Belconnen United Sharks at fullback, Damien Denny. On the wings, Matt Butts and James White. In the centres, Jordan Meckham-Crane and Kitioni Vikash. The halves will be James Butts and Darcy Eason. Front row of Brandon Narniti, Jameson Brown at hooker, Shane Gorman at number 10. The second row of Songhee Tatipata, Andrew Palacio and Ranapiri Baker is the lock. A bench of Mitchell Kirk, Jake McCook, Nimilate Maufi and Steve Fusi Malohi. They are coached by Scott Logan, as mentioned. John, how do you see this game panning out today?
I really think that it's going to be a battle of the forward packs, and whoever can win that's going to win the game. Mind you, Josh Mitchell's a big inclusion. I think he wasn't named to start this weekend. He's just coming back from injury. He's he's a fantastic player and he really gets his side ticking. So Josh Mitchell, if he has a good game, Tuggeranong are with a real chance.
Alrighty, well, the conditions are perfect down at pitch level where we are. We'll let John go take some photos. Great photographer as well as John, as well as doing everything, including his day job, as the Belconnen United Sharks reserve grade team that did go down 46 points to 6 in the reserve grade there. They clap out their first grade side here at O'Connor. The pitch is in an okay condition. It's not too chewed up by the earlier games. It is dry as a bone, though. We haven't had much rain here in Canberra in recent times. He's left for a fantastic playing service. Before we do get underway, I must mention the Monero under-23s rep side has defeated Illawarra 26-18 this morning at Kippax Raiders. It's a fantastic win for Monero. They are through to the final where they will take on the mighty region of Newcastle, who did away with the Central Coast in the little derby there, up there 48 points to 18. We will shake hands and toss a coin to start things off here in O'Connor. So I do start to speak. There's a slight breeze coming in from the southern end of the field here, which will push across from behind your screen into the far side there where the player benches are situated. As we see the two teams switch sides, the Sharks will run from left to right. And the Bushrangers will kick us off and will run to the road end, where we saw a ball go onto the road end of the reserve grade here. Didn't cause an accident. Let's hope there's none caused later on today. It'll be Josh Mitchell to kick us off here to start this match. So the ref checks if his touch judges and the scorekeepers are all good. Hands are up, whistle blows, and we are underway in round 8 of the Osbrokers Canberra Raiders Cup. A nice deep kickoff there, fielded well by the Sharks. We have our first hit up of the game. Strong 3-man tackle from the Bushrangers there to start things off. As mentioned, the Sharks are 1-6 to start the season. They have the bye next weekend, which runs also into the June long weekend bye, which all teams will have off, which is handy for the Sharks. So work things down that left edge. Another strong 3-man tackle there is required by the Bushrangers. Good run there by Baker. Strong defensive work from the Bushrangers to start things off. Ewing's in there hard low on the tackle. They'll go wide here and the kick will come in from Eason. He'll put it down to about the 20-metre line. Well taken on the far side there by Pollard. And he will be taken down. My apologies, that was Vatabuli fielding the kick. The Bushrangers will start this about 35-40 out. One over to this left-hand edge. They'll take it up now through Pollard. Pollard bounces off one. Away from a second, but he's dragged down there as that second man comes in again. Locally out of dummy half, hands it off. Over halfway go the Bushrangers. Taken there was Bullock. Lingering there is the Sharks in the play the ball. They'll spread it out to this left-hand side. Mitchell drops it in. Bouncing off is Oluwakiola. Play the ball there. They'll go right this time. They'll work at that far side. Nice cut-out pass on the wing there. They're down on this far side. Flick pass out the back. Can they work it back on the inside? They can. And the Bushrangers are in for the first try of the afternoon. Fantastic work down that right edge. And the Bushrangers touchdown first. There's the flick pass on the outside there, as you'll see. Working well out of dummy half here. Nice cutout ball there by Heyman. And in the inside there was Bo Donovan to finish things off. Beautiful cutout ball there from Heyman. And we are 4-0. Only 2.5 gone in the match so far. It'll be Mitchell to line this kick up. Sharpish angle. It's his time. Hush over the crowd. Nice, decent local atmosphere around here today. Walks in. It is high, and it is wide to the left. So 4-0. With just a tick over 3 minutes gone in this first half to the Bushrangers. Sharks get us underway again. Nice high kickoff into that western sun. As will be difficult as the game moves on here. They work their way out of their own end here, the Bushrangers. Going in there down low was Palacio. In at the legs. Lingering in the tackle there with the Sharks. They'll work it out and away. Here's Ewings. Ewings gets a half break. He's taken there just short of halfway. They'll work at this left edge now. Here's Mitchell. Short ball is dropped though. Dropped there by Tauti. And we will have a scrum on halfway. Right side of the field. You see Eason barking orders there as to how he wants this to play out. Scrum breaks and will be taken up there by Vikash. Vikash is met in a strong tackle and pushed back into his side of halfway is Kitioni Vikash. He's on loan from the Raiders under-20 system. Taking it up there was Tati Pata. Messi play the ball, and it's picked up here by the Bushrangers, but there will be a penalty for a play the ball infringement. And the Sharks will go on the march deep into Bushranger territory here. 5.5 ticked over in this match. Kick for touch there done by Denny. Eats off a lot of meterage there. Gets the Sharks down with the 10-metre line. And they've dropped it off the tap, but it's okay. They'll keep it going now, and they'll work it up there. Close, but no cigar. Getting very close here are the Sharks. There's Gorman. They'll work it out to this far side now, and here they come. They'll hit Denny. Denny will find the cutout ball. What a pass! And over in the corner. Have we got it? No. No, it's been called back. He's been pushed out before he could get there. It was Mitchell Kirk down this near side. And we've gone back for a 20-metre touch. Here it is. Beautiful cutout ball. Here goes Kirk. And he's dropped it. He's dropped it in the corner. He's dropped it putting down. Unbelievable. Taking it up there is Afamui for the Bushrangers. A massive let-off there. And when you're in last place with a 1-6 record, things like that you need to make happen. And for Mitchell Kirk, he will be kicking himself on this right wing here. Away go the Bushrangers. Now go up over halfway. With a high tackle there on Uluakiola. He works it up to the 40-metre line. Now come left. Mitchell dumps it off inside. Mitchell's hit hard late. Tauti takes it up. He holds the ball this time. Does Tauti. He's slow to get up. They'll come this left side again. Mitchell out on the wing here. Running through is Afamui. Afamui takes him getting down there. 20 out. They'll spread it to the right-hand side. Mitchell, first receiver again. They'll go out there to Heyman. Heyman will jink inside, outside. He'll brush away from one. He'll be corralled and he'll be slung to the ground. 20 out. Last tackle here for the Bushrangers. Here's Mitchell. Mitchell puts the kick into that corner. Pollard will jump for it. Pollard will grab. Has he got it down? No, he has not. The Sharks will hold it. Play the ball there. Pollard went high and he thought he had brought it down, but the Sharks were there to take the ball off him as he went to go put it down. And another missed opportunity on this this near side. For either side now. The Sharks are having a horrible time getting out of their own end here. They're still in their own 10-metre line. And 3 tackles are gone. They spread it wide again. There's this space on that far side. There is. It's Butts. They'll work it back inside here. Eason. Eason run through the middle there with Gorman. Fourth tackle here. They'll try that left edge again. They found some joy getting out of there now. Kick out a dummy half here from Brown. Brown will find the gap between Vatabuli and Pollard will let this roll dead. No, it didn't go dead. Pollard has to get out of his own in goal there. He's dropped it, and it's a try to the Sharks. Disaster from Jaden Pollard, and Mitch Kirk makes up for his earlier mistake. What on earth was that from Jaden Pollard? Got a replay here. The kick split Vatabuli and Pollard. Pollard goes back to get it. Lets it roll, and it just didn't go dead for him, so he had to pick it up and go. And the great tackle there from the Sharks in the in goal, and Mitch Kirk was there to bounce on it. Disaster for the Bushrangers. Absolute disaster. Mitch Kirk making up for that earlier mistake. He dropped the ball in this right-hand corner over here. And he was in untouched. He kicked it dead. Was the lucky recipient there. Good kick chase there as well from the Sharks was needed. Darcy Eason will line this one up. Easy enough, you would think. Takes his time. And, ooh, has he missed? No, he's just snuck it in. Eason making that kicker harder than what it needed to be, but he does slot it. And the Sharks take a 6-4 lead here. So the Bushrangers with Mitchell here will kick things off back down to that road end. And the kickoff was nearly spilt there, but taken eventually. He's Gorman, and Gorman will run things up. He was left a bit sitting there after that. And look at one off. The Sharks will try and maybe score a more conventional try, you would feel. Drop in the play the ball, though, is not what they needed. That will help no one. And the Bushrangers scrum 25 out here. See if they can get back in the game. $12 gone so far in this match. The scrum that packs down for the Bushies. At the back it all come. Mitchell leaves it off. Leaves it there for Athamui, and Athamui runs around from a couple. He's taken 20 out. They'll work it again. Here's Heyman. Nice one-off play there. And there's a knock on in the tackle there. And the Bushrangers will rue that one. It was the Lua Kiola. He just spilt it trying to get up to play the ball. May have had a little bit of help there from James Butts as well, but Lua Kiola wasn't able to hold everything. Vikash off the scrum, trying to get the Sharks going. He's pushed back as he tries to stand up and play the ball. He won't appreciate that. They'll work that left side again. Half break there from the Sharkies. Now taken down. They'll work things back into the middle of the field there. Bushrangers' defensive line speed is very strong, but they do get it out, and they've got to play down this right. A big dummy there, and they're away down this right-hand side. 2 men have to bring down the Sharks there. Massive run there from Palacio, over halfway. They'll work it through. Cutting back on this inside. It was Baker. He's taken down in a 3-man tackle. Work it out wide. Easton steps inside one, plays into another. Oh, that's a horrible tackle. And luckily Easton will step back up. Quick play the ball there by Darcy Easton, taking it forward was the hooker, and they've turned it over. Brown tried to keep things alive off the quick Darcy Easton play the ball. But it is a turnover to the Bushrangers. We'll work things out here with Ewings. Dan Ewings playing fullback only a couple of weeks ago, now in a lock. Very versatile Dan Ewings. Here's Vatabuli. He takes it up to halfway. There's Tim Vatabuli. Work things out to this left-hand edge. Good tackle there by the Sharks. Lua Kiola, looking to hold on to the ball this time. And he takes some getting down there, does Alua Kiola. But he does hold the ball that time. Slow play the ball here. Oakley out of dummy half. Spreads it wide. Here's Mitchell. Mitchell, Heyman. Heyman steps off his right, and he's met there by 2. And the ball works out the back, and it'll be a Sharks football here. Here's Brown. Brown throws it out the back. There's Palacio. Palacio takes some getting down, and Palazio's having a lot of fun out there so far early on. They'll go near side. Kirk. Kirk is taken just short of halfway. Brown out of dummy half. And he'll work it to halfway for the Sharks. Belconnen United just playing a little bit up here. Moving through Butts. Nice strong tackle there by the Bushrangers. In goes Butts into dummy half. And Ewings. There's an injury on this near side here for the Bushrangers. Can't catch a number just quite at the moment. I think it's Alua Kiola. There's Butts. Butts gets the short ball to Palacio. Leaves it behind for Vikash. Vikash drops it. Picked up here by Pollard. Pollard will be brought down. And we will stop play here because Alua Kiola is not in a good state. Alua Kiola requires some getting up. We've also seen Palacio goes down rather dramatically, but that's just to have a bit of a stretch. Mike Alua Kiola. Took a while to get up in his previous play the ball attempt. He's just gone into that tackle and hasn't come out the other side. Alua Kiola is not well. Seems to be holding that shoulder. And that will be the end, you would have to think, of Alua Kiola's day. The Bushrangers will be down to 3 on that sideline. It has not been a good start here for the Bushrangers after what was a fantastic start with that Bo Donovan try. It will be tackle 0 here for Jaden Pollard. Very early was all the Sharks. Across the line will go Athamui. He slipped over, he still goes, then pops it off inside. Trying to find some space on that far side, and lifting tackle there, and a knock on. It has not been a good day for the Bushrangers so far. It'll be a scrum in Bushrangers territory for the Sharks. They've looked dangerous the last couple of times they've touched the ball going forward. Scrum will be in and out. Butts passes it off. Strong run there from Baker. From Palazzo, sorry. Short side to Vikash. Vikash steps inside one. Couldn't get away from another. Offloads though. Finds Naniti. And Naniti is taken down 35 out. Great run there by Naniti. Drops it off on the inside. There's Baker. Nice run there from Ranapiri Baker. Also part of the Raiders under-20 system. They'll come this right-hand side. Here's Butts. It's James Butts. Butts at the back for Denny. Denny breaks away from one. Cuts it on the inside. Ewings corrals him, though, in that tackle. Dan Ewings with a great tackle there to shut that down. The Sharks will work it. They'll go left. Brown stepping inside as Easton and away from another. He gets swallowed up in the backwash there. And it'll be last tackle here for the Sharks inside the 10. Butts gets a quick ball out the back there. Working out there is Tarapini, and he's over! Over he goes. Tati Pata. And Songhi Tati Pata is over, and the Sharks increase their lead. Nice pass to from Butts there, and well, dear oh dear, Tati Pata just dropped off a couple. As you see here, steps inside. It was a horrible tackle attempt there from Donovan. Bo Donovan reaching for his shoulders, and you're never going to bring a big bloke like Tati Pata down like that. Eason with the quick conversion attempt, and he knocks it into the next playing field. And it's the Sharks, 12 points to 4. Kickoff here again by Mitchell, and we are back underway. Just a tick under 20 gone. Here's Gorman again. He's gone through a ton of work early. There's Shane Gorman. Right out the back. Tackle round the neck there, initially, you'd have to say. It was Ewings who went a bit high there. Butts out the back. Here's Palazzo, and Palazzo beats more. Palazzo is starting to cause some issues here for the Bushrangers. Short side, Butts gives to Vikash. Vikash goes through one, and he's taken there. Strong tackle by Tauti. Mitchell coming over the top to finish it off. Here's Naniti. And at the back, Brown. Is it 6 again? Doesn't look like it. Far side, there they go. Away they go down that far side. He'll draw inside. Is he going to get there? He does! What a run! And what a try! It was a broken play. And I reckon that was Brandon Naniti. You see the run there from Palazzo. Palazzo is able to get the ball off the back of Ewings there. Here's Brown. They'll spread it wide. My apologies. That's Tati Pata. Songhi Tati Pata with his second. And it's currently the second row of the Belconnen United Sharks is tearing the Bushrangers apart. Fantastic run there from Song Hee Tari Pado. Went through about 4 of them. And he went over. Eason now. It doesn't take his time. Just those little steps. He's taking his time this time. He was pretty fast with the last kick. He waits this time. The crowd are growing patient. Eason starts his run up. Kick is up and is good. And the Sharks are running away with it at the moment. 18 points to 4 halfway through this first half. What have the Bushrangers got in response? Since losing Alua Kiola, I really have not had much of the ball or much of the go-through. Deep kickoff there by Mitchell. I'll take it in the corner. Fake to pass there by Butts. That's Matt Butts on that far wing. He took it himself. There goes Gorman again. Gorman's all about getting the Sharks out of their own end. Here's Palazzo. He's met hard. They'll work the near side. And on the inside was Vic Ash. And Vic Ash takes some getting down. Big run again there by that second row of the Belconnen United Sharks. And the dummy half. The kick from Brown is good. It's very good. Is that a 40-20 there from Brown? Oh, dear, oh, dear. The touchy has said that it's outside. Joined by John Croyder. John, that looked inside.
Yeah, it was a bit hard to see from the angle I'm at, but no, I think the ref did all right there. I think it was pretty close, but they would have had a better view than us.
Replay here shows, we won't be able to see on that replay. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt there. John, the Bushrangers, they're all out to sea at the moment.
Yeah, it's just they're losing the battle of the forwards, and obviously with Lucuiola just being having that clash early, they've lost a lot of size. Obviously, like you've got a fullback playing lock. It kind of shows where their injuries are hitting. It's all their forwards at the moment, and Belconnen are just running hard at them, and they just can't cope.
Running over the top, and they've lost the ball here, but the penalty will relieve them of that issue. And they'll look to find meters here through Mitchell finding the touchline. There's that northern touchline, and he doesn't really find a lot of meterage, and he's still their side of halfway. So I'll look for some quick play here. Just the one hit up there by Bullock. And spread it out here. Mitchell looking inside. Hard running there by Tauti. Apologies, that's Matt Holmes on in the number 18 jersey. Nice run out of dummy half there by Oakley. Mitchell has to go in a dummy half. He runs it. Inside ball there is Rathney. Rathney is chopped down. Horrible pass. Vatabuli has to go and get that one out the back. He holds it with one hand, steps into the tackle of Butts and Vic Ash. Goes through, gets the ball out the back. Works it out to Afamui. Afamui threw a couple, ducks under another. Couldn't keep it alive for Vatabuli. Afamui is stopped 15 out. High pass out of dummy half there by Vatabuli. Mitchell just drops the kick in behind. Picked up well there by Matt Butts on that far side. And Belconnen will escape unscathed. Work it out in the way. Out their own in goal. They're doing a lot better now, the Sharks, at the start of the game. Here's Mitch Kirk. Kirk will run this out in the way. There they go, Gorman again. Shane Gorman is just running over everyone at the moment. You reckon the Bushrangers are missing Alua Kiola to take on Gorman at the moment?
I think so, but also I'm just watching their outside backs and seeing what they're looking for the football when they're trying to run the ball out of the defence. They're not really doing that, so it's really up to these forwards who are tiring.
They've got it out in this left-hand edge here. His last tackle, so the kick does need to get in, and it's played out the back. There's no semblance of a kick. This is That's Shane Gorman putting the kick in. That is a great kick from Gorman. It's going to bounce. It's going to be horrible for Pollard to pick up. He'll go back and get it at his own 20. And he will take it. He'll be wrapped up by 3 there. We just gave Shane Gorman a wrap there, and he puts the kick in deep, and he finds some good meterage as well. Athamui now. He's taken. Slow play of the ball there by Athamui. Play of the ball speed here from the Bushrangers is lacking. It's starting to hurt them, you would have to think. Heyman now. There is Cannon. Finds Ewings. Ewings is through. In the ball for Vatabuli. Vatabuli has a man on the outside. Away goes Cannon. Rathney, sorry. And Rathney is in the corner. There's something out of nothing there for the Tuggeranong Bushrangers. And it's Josh Rathney.
What really impressed me about that was just at the start of the set, you saw the centre and then the winger taking up the first 2 hit-ups. And just really just relieving a bit of pressure. And then Ewings just had a great run from lock. Just was able to bust through the tackle and get the offload through.
Ewings again. He's been their player so far. Looks like it was actually Cannon who's going to score over here. I might have got my 5s and 6s mixed up there. I have. It's Quinn Cannon. Great little dart there from Cannon. He started everything there with that little give and go.
Yeah, it was a really good try there, and hopefully it's going to be a tough conversion though. This one here, just because the way that the sun's coming in, it's really hard to see. I remember I was standing over on that other sideline the last time we were over here, and I couldn't see anything. And all the kickers really did struggle from that side of the field. So tough kick here for Mitchell.
Josh Mitchell will line up on that far side. Looking, the ref covering his face. He's looking directly into that setting western sun. He'll be giving Cannon a few words, and he might be able to try and touch down a bit closer to the posts. So tough kick here from Cannon. Comes in, strikes it well. I'll tell you what, he's missed to this left-hand edge again. So 18 points to 8 for the Sharks, though. 30 gone so far. Bench impact there from the Bushrangers might be able to offset the lack of size through the middle, do you think, John?
I'll be a bit cautious just to say that. I'd like to see what is coming from the bench. But to be honest, I haven't seen a whole heap of this Tuggeranong side, so I'm really interested to see how their bench comes in.
Big hit up there to get things going again for the Bushrangers. Work it up again. It's a bit of a one-out play so far for the Bushrangers to get things out of their own end. They've done it well so far. Big tackle there on Rathney. Cannon switches things up, does Mitchell. Goes back onto the inside. And it's a bit stagnant so far. Here's Ewings. Ewings has his kick charge down, though. Vatabuli will struggle to get it. He will get there eventually. Vatabuli will push off from Eason, and the count will be restarted. Dane Ewings putting the kick in there. It's charged down there by the looks of it. It was Tutty Putter on that far left side for the Sharks. Dane Ewings is having to do everything so far today for the Bushrangers, isn't he?
Yeah, he's really just looking for work. I don't think it's because there's a lack of other options. Like Josh Mitchell's also looking for the football. I've just really been impressed by him just wanting to go after the football and get involved, help his team out.
Penalty here for the Bushrangers. High shot has been called. Josh Mitchell will kick the ball to us. And puts it just short of the 40. And the Bushrangers do something again. Dump off there for big Matty Holmes. You can't miss him. He was the one that drew the penalty there. Here's Cannon out of dummy half. That try scorer. Mitchell goes across. Little dummy there from Bullock. And he's taken down. At 25 out, 30 out from his own line. And a dummy half from Cannon. Working across there for Tauti. He's taken down inside his own 10. Easy meterage here by the Bushrangers. They're on the attack again, and they've dropped it through Matt Holmes. Oh, dear. Dear, oh, dear. A double knock on here, it looks like. The ref's doing a lot of gesturing and a lot of explaining, but we're just going to have a scrum. There's an injury on that far side as well, though. Can't quite see who is down. Might be Darcy Eason. He's back sitting up. Matt Holmes looked to have spent it before he actually had the ball there. He'll be regretting that one there. Some good run forward, though, from the Bushrangers there. They went from the 40 to the 10 in 2 tackles with relative ease.
Yeah, they look like they've just got the momentum now. Matt Holmes had a really good run as well. Just taking those big hit-ups and just tiring out the Belconnen defence. Because they are bigger guys. They just need to run at them and make them do a lot of work just to try and tire them out a little bit more.
Some running repairs being done on 2 players here. I think that's Tati Pata maybe on the other side there is being attended to. Just testing out that leg. Scrum is set down though, midfield. 10 out. And we'll go out to that side. There's Butts. It's Matt Butts, and Butts has taken off the scrum easily. Work things up. That's Gorman again. Things back into the middle of the Sharks. Niti there. There's a little play. Oh, geez almighty, Sharks. Just got their wires crossed there. That's what they didn't want coming out of their own end, John.
No, this is a really big moment for the Sharks. A couple of weeks ago against the Bulls, they were in a similar situation heading to half-time, and the Bulls just got to try on the edge, on the verge of half-time, and then we're able to really get some momentum going into the second half. The Sharks would be really just wanting to hold out to the next 5 or 6 minutes or so, and just really be going into half-time with the scores as they are now.
Perfect opportunity here for the Bushrangers. They go short side play. Here's Afamui. Afamui has Pollard on his outside. He tries to go through. But Afamui is dragged down there. About 10 out from his own from the Sharks line. Here's Matt Holmes. Big run there from Holmes. And he takes some stopping. There's about 4 of them there. They'll roll away and get up. Cannon. Finds Mitchell. Mitchell dumps it inside. Rathney is met, and a high shot penalty will be called. Josh Rathney. Looks like it was Steve Fusamalohi who met him there. Quick tap, here's Holmes, and Holmes is met off the line. The Bushrangers will dig in here. Rathney gets it off, here's Ewings. Ewings hits Donovan on the inside. Can Donovan go over for his second? He can. Bo Donovan just before half-time. And the Bushrangers claw their way back again. 18 points to 12, kick to come. Ewings to Donovan there on the inside. John, it was just too easy there.
It was just really, really good work, and I think it's just a bit of a masterstroke there by Justin Giddo, the coach of Tuggeranong, just to put Ewings up into locks, just being very creative out of that position rather than your typical just big guy that you put up there. So really good coaching tactic there, and he's taken over the kicking now as well, taking over from Mitchell, so he is doing everything.
Dane Ewings is your literal Swiss army knife here this afternoon. It's an easy kick as well. I think it's a bit harsh on Mitchell to take him off with the easy kick coming up.
I think Ewings is just in that mood. He's just like, give it to me. But yeah, it was when I first met him, he introduced himself to me just as a utility. He didn't have a position. He's just a utility, and he is just that jack of all trades sort of player. He's just a good football player.
Ewings, that sun would still be affecting kicks from that side. He steps in. He doesn't strike it as clean, and he misses to that left-hand edge again. Wasn't the most conventional of run-ups there, was it, John?
No, but when you're in that sort of mood, you've got to try everything, don't you? I'm really interested to see what happens to the kickoff. I've been really impressed by Afamui for Tuggeranong. He's just been working really hard, taking some good hit-ups.
18 points to 12. Belconnen United over Tuggeranong. So we tick over to just under 4 minutes left in this first half here. There's a Sharks player going off on that far side very gingerly. Good kick-off into that sun. Well taken eventually there by Cannon. And taken there in the tackle. Strong tackle there was Baker. Big man Holmes. Holmes goes out the other side. No one was there running with him though. He could have got a offload if someone ran with him. Strong tackle there again. Very physical game and slow to get up. Another Bushrangers. Here's Holmes again. Baker working him over in the tackle. Instead stands him up. Here's Mitchell. Mitchell gets that kick. He's inside the 40. It will be taken though there by Denny. Denny will run it back here. Denny fakes the pass and he's absolutely met there by Rathney. Ewings as well. They'll eventually take him down, but not until he gets to just about 40 out. Taking it up to halfway there. Some extras in that earlier tackle. They'll work it over halfway with the Sharks. That's McCook now. McCook working hard. Here's Butts. Butts has got Palazzo cutting it on the inside for him. And Palazzo will have to be taken down there. 35 out. And we'll work to that far side. Here's Eason, and Eason has met and just stood himself up to be easily taken with Darcy Eason, and he is hurting. He's the halfback for the Sharks. Here's Butts. Butts will kick to that left corner. Goes up. Here's Vatabuli. Vatabuli takes it. Ducks under two. Goes through a third. Has to be taken down by a three-man tackle. Look to get a quick play of the ball going. All the Bushrangers. That was Brophy. Yeah, Heyman. Donovan, my apologies. Donovan got 2 tries already, does Bo Donovan. Stepping at the line there is Afamui. Afamui steps away again. Gets the offload to Ewings. What's Ewings got here? Ewings goes over halfway. Working ever hard is Dane Ewings. Right side they go. Good work there is Wallace. They work it out the back. Bring out is Vatabuli. Vatabuli pops his head through. Working away is Cannon. Is Cannon in for his second? He ducks under the tackle. And Quinn Cannon's in again. And just like that, the Bushrangers are well back in this match. Great work there from Quinn Cannon.
Yeah, he's been really good. Just been ducking and weaving all through the place, causing a whole heap of troubles. A bit disappointed by Denny's defence there, the fullback. He just didn't get down to the tackle, and with a smaller guy like Cannon, was easily able to duck underneath it, and there was no troubles there. Although one-on-ones, he can't be too harsh on the fullback in those situations. I feel like he could have done a little bit better.
Cannon stood up here. You'll see on the replay here. Great work by Wallace. Wallace just worked hard, got it out the back. Pass out there to Bullock and then found Vatabuli. And Vatabuli went through and found Cannon on the inside. And then Cannon went under. Now, we've got our third kicker of the day here. Tim Vatabuli. Do we know how Vatabuli kicks?
No, but I think this whole situation could have been avoided if they just scored on the other side of the field.
It's closer to the post as the halftime honk. I can't call it a hoot. It's just a honk of a horn. Goes. Can Vatabuli send the Bushrangers tied up into halftime? He stabs at the kick and he's missed. Unbelievable. He's missed from just to the right of the upright. 4 tries to the Bushrangers. 3 to the Sharks, but it's the Sharks who will lead us here. 18 points to 16 as we go into half-time. John, should we go out and kick for the Bushrangers next?
I'm absolutely shocking, so no, I won't be. I'll probably fall over. But, yeah, maybe, I don't know what they need to do. Maybe they need to find a Shane Gorman who can do a bit of kicking as well. They need to find maybe Matt Holmes could have a bit of a kick.
I'd say Dan Ewings, but we saw him kick and he wasn't any good at it.
I'd like to see Josh Mitchell take it back, to be honest. Like he's a good kicker, so I would like to see him have a bit more of a run. He's had 2 really tough sideline conversions and passed it off after missing those. But really interesting game here. I can't pick it. It's just ebbing and flowing, and whoever starts the second half better isn't necessarily going to be the team that's going to be having the momentum 5 minutes later. So I've got no idea what to expect in this second half. They've just I think the Sharks have really got to start hard, just because with their bigger guys, as that second half comes to an end, I think they're just going to tire a little bit more. So they need a really big first 20 minutes after halftime.
4 tries to 3, but that's to the Bushrangers, not the Sharks. It's very rare we encounter a situation where the team that scored more tries is down, but due to this wayward kicking, will they come to rue that later in the game, do you think?
They could well do. It's just so difficult to tell. The good thing, though, is that their right edge, which is scoring all their tries, they're going to be going to that easier corner for that second half. So hopefully, for their case, they'll be able to just convert tries if they score.
Now, that Sharks second row, Tatapata, Palazzo and Baker, they've been going through a mountain of work and they've been damaging as well. Tatapata with those 2 tries, especially that 40-metre run-off broken play. That's invaluable from your from your second rowers there, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Like, they're so big, you think they're front rowers, not your edge players. But I've also been impressed by Nangati. I think I butchered his name.
Nanati is what we're going with.
Okay. Sorry, Brandon. But he's been really good. They've been really looking to him and Gorman, and they've been playing very well. I've been very impressed by them.
Interesting situation there. We saw Damien Jenner getting involved in a bit of carry on an attack. We haven't seen a lot of Damien, though, and he had to go at him a little bit there for his defence with the tackle there at that last try. Do they need to get him more involved? Because we're seeing a lot of Vatabuli and not a lot of Denny.
The thing is, looking at Denny, he should be having a big impact. He should be having strong carries, which he's been doing. His carries have been fairly strong. But with a big guy like that, I want to see really strong defence. And he has gone missing in defence. He has been caught in a lot of one-on-one situations, to be fair to him. But as I said before, I think he can just do this a little bit better. Just aim up for the guy in front of him. Just try and hit the guy that's running the ball. Like, if he passes it, he passes it. But I think if you can hit that guy, it just causes a bit of trouble. It just causes them to think again by the next time they can run up to him.
The Raiders players that they sent down for the Belconnen United Sharks here, Baker has been fantastic, as we mentioned, with the locks there. And Vikash has been running those inside lines very well. He's cutting in on the halves, centering up the play. And he's a big bloke. He's hard to take down.
Yeah, he'd look really tall. He wasn't opposed to Jaden Pollard on the other side. But Vikash has been really good, and I think he seems a lot better. The last time I saw him play, his ball handling wasn't quite as good, but I've been quite impressed with him. Him and it's on this sheet here it says James White, but I don't think James White's the one outside him. Who's outside?
Mitch Kirk played a lot of time out that wing, and Mitch Kirk bombed a try early on as well in that far right corner. He was, though, the recipient of Jaden Pollard's mistake. Now, your outside backs, they've got to face that judgment every single time they go back, whether they take the ball or whether they let it roll dead. And he let it, and it didn't go dead. Tried to run it out, and the tackle was affected there. I think it was James Butts with the tackle and the end goal, and Kirk was there. It's just horrible for Pollard, isn't it?
It is. Well, we thought it was dead. Everyone in the ground thought it was dead, but it must have just been a few millimetres in it. It's hard in that sort of situation, but once you've got hold of the ball, which he did, he picked it up and he got out, you just got to hold on to it, got to have a strong carry, but it just popped out nicely for Mitchell Kirk.
Even if you're going to get caught in goal, you just got to, that's better than giving up what was the 6 points.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, you've got to hold on to these sort of things. And sometimes you get caught up with trying to avoid like a line dropout or something like that. Like I was at a game earlier today where it was just the Monero game, and the player just kicked out just trying to find touch, and the All team were just trying to bat it in, and they batted it in, but there's no one there to catch it. Try. It's just those sort of tries which can be frustrating because you're thinking I'm doing the best thing for the team. It's just like, concede the line dropout, just get the ball out, be safe with your ball security running out of your own end.
Well, that mistake has been costly so far, you'd have to say. It is the Bushrangers who do trail at half-time, though scoring 4 tries in that first half. It is the Belconnen United Sharks 18, the Tuggeranong Bushrangers 16. We're back ready to get underway here in the second half. It'll be the Sharks running into the sun, into the road end. And we're away. Half-time score for you around the grounds. Gungahlin leading Yass 14-6 at the enclosed oval up north. 14-6 Gungahlin. Big hit up there to start us here in this second half for the Bushrangers. Cannon looks like he's still out in the field there. Working hard is Quinn Cannon in a dummy half. And we've got an issue again. Another Sharks player is taking a while to get up. Looks like it's some sort of shoulder issue there. It is Andrew Palacio who is struggling. See it here. It's Rathney he goes in on. Oh, that might be the wrist, I reckon. Looking at that, we'll have a look at it again. Tackle there from Brown, and Palacio holding that wrist immediately. It's a good run there from Rathney. A small delay to start us here. Yes, the Gungahlin Bulls 14 points to 6 over the Yass Magpies there. That win would see the Bulls overlap if they were to keep that going. The Magpies on the table. Gungahlin with a 2-4 record, Yass with a 2-3-1 record. Sitting 6th and 7th respectively. Back underway. Mitchell now gets it along that far side. Working hard there out there was Tauti. Quick play the ball there, and they'll get things going here, the Bushrangers. Matty Holmes. They're going to spread it wide, or they're going to kick early here. Holmes brought the Bushrangers to halfway. Working inside there again is Rathney. Takes them over halfway, and that'll be tackle 5 for the Bushrangers. Working out wide to Mitchell. Mitchell just bombing it high into the air. And patted back there by Ewings. Taken through by Butts. Butts is away down this left-hand edge. Steps inside Vattabully, but Vattabully wraps him up. With help there by Mitchell and Bullock. Great run there by Butts. They'll work it away is Baker. Baker flails his legs out and around, and Baker is not well. Slow to get up there is runner Pity Baker. Working out wide, here's the other Butts. Here's James. He steps on through. He was out the back, but he couldn't get the offload going. They're working well here. Inside, Narniti. Narniti is dragged down. About 10 out from his own line, from the Bushrangers line. They work hard. Brown out of dummy half. He'll get the ball out the back. Tapped out the back here. It's Palacio. Palazio's held onto by Ewings. He's working hard. He's driving. 2 other Bushrangers come up, and they'll hold him up. And that will be a turnover there for the Bushrangers. They'll be able to work it out here. Rule the Bushies. Out the back of Matt Holmes running it up there was Brophy. Brophy still going. Through a couple. Brendan Brophy. McCook has to take him down, and Brophy works his way up to the 35. Great work there by Brendan Brophy. And a dummy half goes Cannon. Cannon beats 2. Gets away from Brown. Steps inside Palacio. And still going is Quinn Cannon. Cannon is dragged down just short of halfway. Mitchell out of dummy half, and a penalty to Tuggeranong. Sharks offside. Quick tap here off the offside penalty. It's Mitchell. Mitchell's away. He steps inside. He's still going as Mitchell. He has no friends though. Does Joshy Mitchell. And he'll be dragged down about 20 out from the Sharks line. Working inside with Wallace. Wallace looked to get the offload away but couldn't. He's short. Cannon dumps it off. There's a chance for Tauti. The ball, and Tauti has knocked it on. And Bushrangers blow another opportunity. See it here, Tauti works it well there. And he plays it in. Interesting call. He plays it into the man lying in the ruck. As you'll see here, he gets up and plays it fine. Goes to play the ball, and there is a man lying around in the ruck there for the Sharks. As we see, Runner Piri Baker in the background there struggling. Runner Piri Baker is not well. Cockatoo gets involved in the play there. It's all happening here at O'Connor in the setting western sun. The Cook now gets up, slow play the ball. Oh my word. Jason Brown was absolutely belted out of dummy half there. It was late though, and a penalty to the Sharks. Ranapiri Baker is still in his own in-goal there, it looks like. Here he is. There's Athamui there. Unnecessary from Isi Athamui. Just helps the Sharks get out here. There's Palazzo. Big run there from Palazzo. That wrist appearing to be okay. McCook. And take it up through the middle. And work it out this side again. Nati worked out the back there and dropped there by the centre and Meckham Crane. And it was all falling apart there for the Sharks. Meckham Crane putting it down, and we'll have a scrum. Just the Bushrangers side of halfway. 6 minutes gone in the second half. There you go. If you are playing along at home, the raffle for today is Blue Ticket D93. Prize is a decent looking drill by the looks of it, if it's still in its original packaging. Yeah, D93 I should have put in for the raffle. Confirmed there by John, the brand new drill as the Bushrangers work it over halfway. There with Athamui. Making it out wide. There's Rathney. Working at the back for Mitchell. Mitchell leaves it for Ewings. Ewings attacks the edge players here, and Gorman and Ewings go at it. And Ewings is taken to ground there. 25 out, and he's carried to about 20 out there. Now Ewings is told, just step back a little. He does. Cannon to Mitchell. Mitchell now just dumps the ball off. There to Wallace. Wallace takes it up. Slow play of the ball. Here's Bullock. Bullock out the back to Mitchell. Mitchell finds Vatabuli. Vatabuli steps inside, bounces off. Player still going as Vatabuli, but he's taken down. Fifth tackle here for the Bushrangers. They'll go short side. Cannon just drops the kick in there. Running on through. Is that a try? I think it is. Fantastic work. And is that the big fella, Jaden Pollard? We'll have to double check on the replay there. The little stab kick here from Cannon. And it is Pollard. Pollard in for his 8th try of the season.
G'day everyone. We've got a couple of cars blocking the emergency. G'day everyone, there's a couple of cars blocking the emergency entrance to the ground. just here on the smaller fields, please. It's a black Range Rover, YLL 30P, and a Hilux YLK 75W. Need you to move in straight away, please.
Ambulance on site. I don't know who for just at the moment. We'll have to see what's going on there.
And the winner of the raffle was
And we get the raffle winner as well as the kick there. It's Mitchell who's retaken it. And Mitchell's late at the kick. Josh Mitchell from the sideline. 22 points to 18. Josh, there we go. They gave the kicking back. I'm joined by John Croyder again. John, you asked for Josh Mitchell to get the kicking back again. And there we go. He's dotted it.
Yeah, he's a good kicker. I gave him a raffle. I'm glad he came through for me.
It was a difficult kick as well. Still had the sun in his eyes. Interesting there. Looks like that was Ma'afu was a bit offside on the kickoff. Taken by Ewings. Tackle there on Wallace. Get the back out to Rathney. Rathney's got through a mountain of work since he's been on the field. And there's Josh Rathney. Looking it out the back. Vatabuli is injecting himself more and more, and Vatabuli is through again. Tim Vatabuli. We spoke about Vatabuli's presence at halftime, didn't we, John?
Yeah, he's a good little player. Like, he's obviously been their third choice as fullback, but he's been fantastic. Really injecting a lot of pace and energy into the team. Ooh.
There's Cannon out of dummy half by the looks of it.
Yeah, I think Cannon was started in the halves the last few weeks for them. But Josh Mitchell, the usual hooker, he's moved into the halves, so there's been a bit of a reshuffle.
Kick there from Mitchell was too big, and it's going to be a 7-tackle set here for the Sharks. That one brought some snow down with it. The temperature does start to get a bit chilly down here in the latter stages of this game. Got the afternoon sun in our backstay. 7-tackle set coming up for the Sharks here. It was Ma'afu who got the big run up, but the tap was called off, so Ma'afu will have a run again. And Ma'afu will earn the penalty. And it's all kicked off here between Ma'afu and a Bushranger. He's willing to play as Ma'afu. It's taken him 50 minutes to get on the field. He's got some words to say too, does Nimalate Ma'afu. And the touch judges walked in here. Interesting, with everything that's going on in this match, Nimalate Ma'afu. There's a chat here. Maybe Ma'afu and the looks like it's Brown as well. Touch judge has a report. Everything that's happened in this match, for the report to be made now from a touch judge seems interesting. Is the penalty going to be reversed here? Brown deep in conversation. A lot of conversation. And it looks like the penalty is going to be reversed. It is. Here's the run. And oh, there it was. It was, that was a... We didn't see that at the ground. But Ma'afu swung the elbow, as you'll see here, due to the tackle. And a big hit up first up as well there. As you'll see here, Ma'afu, he comes around on there with the elbow. That's just not on, John.
No, it's just... He was a bit annoyed and he just let his emotions get a hold of him there. I think it was a good call by the touchy.
Touch judge report there was the one to call it after the penalty initially went to Belconnen. Inside the 20 and they've knocked it on. Nathan Chudley has dropped the ball and the play of the ball. It is a match of missed opportunities so far, isn't it?
Yeah, as I said before, it's just really hard to get any sort of gauge of where this game's going to be by full time, and that's why it's such a good sport. I love it.
Drop the ball there from Nathan Chudley. Gives the Sharks a reprieve. No one other than Nimalate Ma'afu will be thankful about that reprieve. They work it across the line. There's Meckham Crane. Haven't seen a lot of Jordan Meckham Crane so far today.
We might have, but it might have just got confused between him and Matt Butts, both of the bend ones.
Here is Meckham Crane again, and he bounces off a couple. Gets it out to the 30. Oh, big hit there on Wallace. And a forward pass has been called. It's all kicked off here. Ma'afu is on the ground and he's not well. He's struggling to get up as Nimalate. He's only been on the ground for maybe 2-3 minutes. Well, I think I've said his name about 10 times, Ma'afu.
Yeah, they've had a few little injuries though, the Sharks. They've just had a lot of their players getting knocks. Their forward pack, which was looking so formidable at the start of the game, has just been slowly just getting more away, just one by one going off with a knock or so.
What's is it Tutty Putter over that far side there? Is Tutty Putter over that far side? I also know that Baker went off very gingerly. Ma'afu did get up initially. He's on all fours. He's not very well here, is Nimalate Ma'afu. 22 points to 18, the Bushrangers over the Sharks. John, we sit here at the 52-minute stage here of the game, 53 realistically. Where to now for the Sharks? Because it's just been a bit stagnant of late.
Well, although it's unfortunate that Marth is having a bit of trouble with injury, it is giving them a bit of a chance to regather, get their breath back. And I can see by the rest of the players on the field, like they seem to be relieved. As unfortunate as the situation it is.
Arthur was, he's not well. He is not well at all. It's that right leg. He's holding that right hamstring. He's trying to drag his right leg forward. And you'd have to believe that Ma'afu's day, though rather short, does appear to be done.
I don't know how this trainer's going to get him off.
Okay, we're going to the raffle. It's yellow ticket 38.
Yellow ticket 38 is now the new raffle winner. I did say blue D92. They've changed the raffle on us. I still haven't got a ticket though.
Yellow ticket 38.
Marthu hops off the ground. They had to get two trainers in there to help him.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Marthu because he was making a lot of impact. He was really giving them a bit of energy in that forward pack. So we've just got running back on here.
Change for change, and it's handy that the change rooms are close to this near side here for the Sharks. I think it might be Narniti who's come back on. Bushrangers do win the scrum easily. Donovan, who's on a double, takes it up. Fusamaholi, has come on there for the Sharks as the Bushrangers work at that far side, cutting back on the inside there, but caught short. Cannon's doing very well out of dummy half. Mitchell. They're working up here, the Bushrangers. They'll centre things up. Cannon has been an epiphany at a hooker there. Mitchell steps off the left, cuts in on the right, and dragged down there by Fusamaholi. Fusamalohi, sorry. There's Cannon. Cannon goes across. Finds Rathney. Rathney is taken. Fifth and last here for the Bushrangers. Mitchell runs across the game, dumps it off to Vatabuli, but Vatabuli gets it out the back. Here's Cannon, dumps it off. There's that Mitchell. I think, looking here is Chudley. And Nathan Chudley goes over. Well, at the end, it's a simple set play, but it was Mitchell off the work off the ruck there, reversed the play back onto that left-hand side.
Yeah, it's just getting that initial offload away, which really just created a lot of space, and it was really good work by Cannon just to be able to see the opportunity and pass it off to Chudley as well. See
here on the replay, you'll see Mitchell works back onto that left side, dumps it off to Vatabuli, who's able to get free in the tackle there, gets it to Cannon, and Chudley. Well, Vikash really didn't help Butts in the end there, as you'll see here. Great work by Vatabuli to turn around in the tackle to get the play out. And you reckon Easton half had him, Vikash over the top didn't help.
A bit hard to see on that replay what was going on the outside of Vikash there. So I think it might be a little bit harsh to blame him for that. I think it's just that little wrap the ball up in the tackle. That's all it is, really.
Josh Mitchell once again has the kicking duties. Kicked that one from the sideline to start us off here in the second half. Slightly easier kick than before. We've seen Easton knock one over here on his left from this spot. Mitchell steps in. And he's missed. Dear, oh dear, 1 from 6 today. Oh, the Tuggeranong Bushrangers. It could be 36 points to 18, John Croyder here. Instead, it's only 26-18.
Yeah, I think at the moment, the way that the match is going, it does seem to be a bit of a pattern now. You wouldn't think that it's going to hurt them in the end here, these missed opportunities, but you can never say never, and there's always a lot of momentum swings in this game, so who knows what's to come.
Ewing's had to take that short kick off there and stumbled into a wall of Sharks. There's Rathney. Great work there by Josh Rathney. Cannon has been great since he's been on the field. Ewings goes across, finds Chudley, the try scorer. And there's a knock on. That's set after the kickoff. You've got to be able to keep the ball and get the kick away. It's a coach killer every single time.
It is, but to be fair, Tuggeranong have been pretty good overall. There are a couple of little mistakes that they'll want to work on and fix, but that have been pretty good.
So scrum here for the Sharks. They're trying to work their way back into this one. Centre field, they'll work it through. Here's Vikash. Vikash bounces off one. It's corralled there by 3. Thrown to the ground. Eason hands it off to Meckham Crane. Meckham Crane tries to get the ball free to Butts but can't. Ewings comes across the top. Takes him. Here's McCook. And McCook is taken 30 out from the line. Slow play of the ball. Here's Eason. Eason works it out the side. Nice ball there. There's an overlap on the far side. Nice cut out ball on the far side there to Kirk. But Kirk is met and is pushed back. They'll work it back inside here. They'll keep going. Straightening it there is Narniti. Works it out the back to Brown. They'll keep going here through Eason. Eason works it out to McCook. McCook has Butts on this far side. He'll play it back in. There's Denny. And Denny is taken. He was flat-footed when he received the ball and was only going backwards. There's Damien Denny. Last tackle here. It's given to the big front rower. He just dumps it out the back. There's Shane Brown who puts a crossfield kick in. Kirk is on his bike to get out there. He can't though. Well taken out there by Pollard. The big front rower, Fusa Malahi, decided he was going to take it on the last there.
I don't think he was looking at what the ref was doing. He caught the ball. He's like, I'm going to run. So it worked out well that he dropped it and went back to Jason Brown, who could put the kick in.
Brown put in a nice crossfield kick there, but Kirk wasn't able to climb a ladder and get over Pollard there, which is what you need. Probably needed to jump off Telstra Tower to get over Pollard there, didn't he?
I don't think there's a taller player in the whole comp than Jaden Pollard. He's so tall.
Great work in the middle there by the Bushrangers. They're just chewing away here. Getting out of their own end. Here's the last tackle, though. Cannon, little chip and kick out of dummy half here. It's going to rebound for Cannon. Cannon, he draws through between the two wingers and the fullback. And Quinn Cannon made it look all too easy. Unbelievable work there from Quinn Cannon. Jeez almighty. Denny and Kirk on that far side. What were they doing?
Well, Kirk hasn't played a lot. I don't think he's played first grade this year, so he's just getting used to combinations. Big problem with this one is just in the lead up to that try, Afamui's just gone down. Looks like it might be something wrong with his right calf. So he's just struggling a little bit. Whether it's cramp or an injury, don't know. But he's been really good for them today.
We'll see here in the replay, Quinn Cannon, just a chip kick out of his own half. Gets it through, comes to Kirk and Denny and just runs straight between them. Butts was very valiant coming over from the far side to try and shut that down was Matt Butts, but he was not quick enough. It just looks like that Damien Denny and Mitchell Kirk just looked at each other and said, well, no, you take it. No, you take it.
Yeah, it was great work from Canada. It was really, really good work. They're just so mobile, this Tuggeranong side. They're just wearing down the Sharks, and they're just with their footwork and speed.
Kick here, it looks like it's Heyman who's taken the kick, and he struck it well. He struck it very well. I think that was Jack Heyman who took the kick.
And there was just calls from the crowd behind us saying, you've got the job. So they might have found their kicker.
Oh, if it's Josh Mitchell kicked that one from the sideline earlier as well. Who knows? Who knows with the Bushrangers when they're kicking? 32 points to 18 now. The Bushrangers jump out. It is starting to get away from the Sharks here. Rubber kick to the sideline. Ewings lets it hit his thigh and plays up, and hard run back there. It was a nothing kickoff, wasn't it?
It was no, like, it wasn't short enough to be threatening. It wasn't high enough to give them time to get to the Tuggeranong defence. I don't really know the thinking behind that.
Wallace there with the hit up. Now they'll take it up there through Bullock. Wayne Bullock's had a solid game. And Cannon out of dummy half. And Chudley is absolutely hit there by his fellow 17. And Fusa Malohi. Quick play the ball, Cannon. Working out to that far side, Vatabuli. Coming back inside now. Athamui looks to be okay. Steps inside a few. Still going as Athamui. Athamui's done well. Cannon quick play the ball here. Big run on here for the Bushrangers. Working out the back. Here's Rafney. Rafney has Vatabuli if he wants. He goes through a couple, does Rafney, and he's taken down inside the 20 now. He'll work to this right-hand side. Cannon. Ewings. Plays it off inside for Bullock, and Bullock just ran through Narniti. Bullock is taken down, and we're going to stop play here because that was big, that contact there.
Yeah, Easton looks like he's come off worse there. He's struggling. He's got up to his feet now, but he's copped a few knocks to halfback.
Easton just went down. As you'll see here, he comes to make the tackle on Bullock here. Bang! Poor Darcy Easton, he has been in the wars today. Is there a player that hasn't gone down at least once today?
I haven't seen Jake McCook go down yet, but he's only been on for a little bit. We'll see how we go. We'll give it another 10 minutes or so.
It has been a war of attrition today for every player out there. It's being checked out on, and I think it's Gorman over there who's telling him where to go. Just taking our time to set things up again. As you can see in the background there, Canberrans enjoying what is a nice late autumn's day. Play the ball, Cannon. Here's Ewings. Ewings dumps it off to Rafney, and Rafney runs in solid. And that'll be last tackle here for the Bushrangers. They'll spread it left. Ewings. Ewings puts the kick in. Goes for Pollard. Pollard goes up. And he's not contained it though. Pollard's knocked the ball out as the Sharks have gone to go to the quick 20 tap. They'll work it out here through Meckham Crane. 7 tackle set here for the Sharks. Ooh, nearly a drop ball there. Working at this near side. Show and go there, and a high shot. And a penalty to the Belconnen United Sharks there. Easton taken high.
Yeah, I was surprised Easton took that up. He's just, one thing you just got to commend about him is he's been getting knocked about, but he's running the ball up every single time. He's got a fair bit of blood just coming from his lip there.
Ball is kicked deep and bounces back. It didn't go in the Stormwater drain. We're lucky there. And the 2 man buns pass to each other to get us underway here. Butts to Meckham Crane, and Belconnen United will take it through there. They work it into the middle there. Through Gorman. I'm going to say Matt Butts' man bun here on this left-hand edge is a lot better than Meckham Crane's though, isn't it?
I'm not really a man bun connoisseur, to be honest. I'll leave that to you, Jeff.
2 blokes with short back and side haircuts. I think we'll leave it alone. It's the Sharks working out to that far right side. It was Vikash being taken down. Inside to Butts. That's James Butts, the half. Working in inside there. Big Fusa Malohi. Centres things up. Slow play of the ball, though. The Sharks have been really struggling with it. Here's Narniti. Narniti standing in the tackle. Quick play the ball. Brown gets it out to Easton. Easton just chips the kick. Running through. It's too deep. Far too deep there by Easton. But it's going to be a dropout. No, it's not a dropout. I don't know what the crowd behind me was calling a dropout. 20-minute tap. They'll take it up here. Brophy now. Cannon gives it off to Holmes, and Holmes runs it up hard. Big run there by Matty Holmes. There's points on the table here for the Bushrangers if they do want them. Cannon out of dummy half, spots a gap, steps through a couple, still going through is Cannon. Cannon is taken down. Out of dummy half they'll go. Here's Heyman. Heyman's taken. There's 10 out. They'll go. Cannon just puts the ball through. It's fallen at the back. It is. There is it. No. Desperation dive. It will be a line dropout though. And the Bushrangers will get it back. Drop out from underneath the multi-purpose posts. Finds Oakley. He hands it off to Chudley, and that pass looked a bit questionable. Chudley takes it up. Here's Holmes. Holmes runs over the top of McCook. And McCook takes him well around the legs. Cannon. Ewings. Look there from Ewings. So ball here for Holmes. Holmes looking to go over, but he's short. Cannon, Ewings didn't take it, and McCook picks it up for the Sharks. And they'll play it away here. A let off there for Belconnen United. Inside ball, here's Gorman. Sharks just continue trying to work this one up. Just chipping away. At the back was Baker. James Butts is collared again. There'll be a penalty and a quick tap. Interesting play there by the Sharks. Baker plays it out the back, and Gorman is swallowed up as soon as he touches the ball. That wide here, Meckham Crane. There's just the one-up work here by the Sharks. McCook, the hard hit up there. Working hard by the Sharks. Baker working hard. Nice short ball, and it's dropped there by Narniti. They'll be ruining that one. The Bushrangers will work this one out and away. It was Tauti. Tauti has got through a mouthful of work today. Athamui goes across to try and find the gap, but doesn't. And that cramp is... that John was talking about earlier is struck Athamui again.
You want to get off, put your hand up, not your leg.
So we'll have a small break and play with just a tick over 11 and a half minutes left in game. See Darcy Eason being seen to as well there, just to the right of your screen. Get things back underway. Wallace takes it up. Cannon. Rathney goes out the back to Heyman. Heyman just sets it up there for poor Bo Donovan. Donovan didn't run the play right and was punished. Holmes now runs it up. Holmes tried to free the ball there. Cannon just drills it to the sideline. Corralled there by Butts. Throws it into Denny. And we finally see Damien Denny make a run. Denny thrashes around the play the ball. The locals are not happy. Working hard there. Brown. And interesting there. Denny and Rathney were going at it for a while, and Rathney has been de-headgeared. Here goes Darcy Eason. Kirk's away from 3, and over 4, and over halfway. Mitch Kirk. Play the ball, there's Brown. Eason. Right out the back to Butts. Gets James Butts, plays it out the back. Working hard as Tuddy Putter. Palazzo now. Palazzo keeps going, and Palazzo's lost it. And Tautai came into possession of the football illegally. And Belconnen will have a penalty. Tapping is Palazzo, and he'll take it up. Try and find a gap and can't. Hard work here for the Sharks. They score here, they might just be a chance. Narniti. Back. Here's Baker. Baker plays it out to Eason. Eason now gets it out to McCook. McCook through a couple. McCook rolling over, but he's short of the line. Quick play the ball. Working over. An easy try there for the Sharks. Brown saw a gap. And over goes Jason Brown. And the Sharks are back in this one. See here on the replay, it was a solid run by McCook. And Brown just saw a gap, went through a couple. Heyman and Donovan were Ewings as well. Ewing steps up, completely misses. Bad read there by Dane Ewings. And 32 points to 22. It's been a fairly high-scoring match today. Eason lines this one up. Takes his time, does his little steps. Goes and strikes it beautifully. Darcy Eason. It's 32 points to 24. Tick under 8 minutes left in this game. Hope springs eternal for the Sharks. Jason Brown was the one that gave him the glimmer. Heyman now kicks it to that far right corner. Butts has to take it in that corner. Gives it off to McCook. Huge hit there. Massive hit. Follow-up run. Running out that backup hooker of Cannon, who is quite tired. We'll work it wide here. Palazzo got it away eventually. Good run there by Vikash, and Vikash has lost the ball. And Vikash has knocked it on. Kirk is pleading with the touch judge. Disagrees with his version of events. So yeah, there Palacio got the ball out to Vikash. Vikash steps inside. Good tackle there by Pollard and Tauti. Trying to keep him in there was Kirk. And interesting, the man was the back was turned there, so we couldn't see how that ball did come out, but it did nonetheless. Pushing the scrum attempt there by Belconnen. It works out to Heyman. Heyman moves at the back of Donovan. Donovan steps inside Meckham Crane. Still going is Bo Donovan. Donovan now breaks away from a couple of them, dragging him down his butts. Working it wide, Cannon to Rathney and a dummy half. Bushrangers will go again. Holmes cut out pass there from Big Man Holmes. Still going is Tauti. Slow play the ball. Cannon goes far side. He has a man there in Wallace. Wallace looking to push his way over. He will be kept short. Cannon. Next it out to Oakley. Oakley now across to Heyman. Heyman now across to Donovan. Donovan steps inside one. Still going as Donovan, but he's taken. Vatabuli now. Vatabuli kicks, taking a touch as the throw. It is! In off the wing, I think it is Brophy. There's some handbags afterwards. They talk. Nothing is going to be said afterwards, though. But that is the match sealer right there for the Tuggeranong Bushrangers. And there's the kick from Vatabuli, and it was Heyman who got in there. And as you can see, here goes Vatabuli at a dummy half. Puts the kick in and comes off Eason. Heyman runs through. Butts tried to push him out of the way, but couldn't. Brophy getting in it there with the Sharks. And that'll be the end of it. The Bushrangers will leave with the 2 points today. It is Liam Oakley who did the kicking beforehand. We initially said it was Heyman, but it was Oakley who took the kick. He appears to be the new kicker now. As Liam Oakley. Nice kick beforehand. We're right behind this one. In our position here. Right-footed Oakley. 45-degree angle. Steps up and strikes it nicely. And with 4 minutes remaining in this one, it is the Tuggeranong Bushrangers 38. The Belconnen United Sharks 24. Kickoff is long there. It was Tuddy Putter who looked to be offside on the kickoff. Fielded by Heyman. Taken up here by Holmes. Work it up here. Good run there by Rathney. Rathney has been fantastic since he's been on the field. Cannon. And Holmes juggles the ball. And the big man with the juggling act, he regathers it in. Party time here for the Bushrangers. Rathney. Cannon. Oakley just dabs the ball down, and Denny will corral this, and we'll finally see Damien Denny return a kick. Decent hit on that far side. Denny gets through a couple as well. Looked to get the offload, but it was Wallace over the top. Kirk is met by Wallace at marker. Gets out a dummy half. Solid hit there. Vic Ash and Holmes came together. You heard that 3 suburbs away. Eason out the back to Meckham Crane. Meckham Crane trying to get round, and Vatabuli takes him close to our commentary table. Images of Meckham Crane coming through the table here. Didn't look good. Gorman is still going hard, and he's dropped it there as Shane Gorman. And Ewings will pick that ball up. Working hard there is Wallace. We'll just work this one off at the moment, will the Bushrangers. Just try and shut this thing down. It was Afamui. Cannon inside to Wallace. Wallace just runs in and pushes off. Cannon. Nice ball to Oakley. Now to Afamui. Afamui shoves one of his own players away. Down that short side goes Afamui. Afamui still going. Will he go all the way? Yes, he will. Issy Afamui is over. And the score blows out here. 42-24, kick to come. 1 minute left in the game, according to the ground clock. John, it's all just fallen away here for the Sharks, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has, but Tuggeranong have really worked for it. It's not as though they've kind of just fallen apart by themselves. Like, Tuggeranong have done really well with being, as we were speaking before, they were just really mobile, really playing to their strengths. They knew that they were a smaller side than Belconnen, and they found a way to make that work to their advantage.
Afamui here, as you'll see on the replay. Oakley with the nice cutout ball to Afamui. Gets rid of Tautai there, and it takes out Vic Ash, and it just all falls apart. Kirk tries valiantly, but he's not going to be able to stop him. Does Mitch Kirk. And it will be Liam Oakley to line up the kick. He's 2 from 2 so far as Liam Oakley. Does he get the job full time now?
I think you you might have to, but the good thing is, like, they've got good kickers there. They've obviously got Josh Mitchell as their number 1 kicker. They've got Oakley now as well, who they might go straight to for their number 2 instead. The other couple of guys that they've tried.
Oakley with the kick here. He's struck it nicely, and he's knocked it over to finish the game here. And that is where we will leave you here. It is the Tuggeranong Bushrangers 44, the Belconnen United Sharks 24. The Sharks led at half-time. They played very well, but the Bushrangers in the second half just came out and righted some wrongs. And they ran over the Sharks in the second half. Sees the Bushrangers go to 3-3-1 on the season. The Sharks fall to 1-7 as they finish their first half of the year, and it's been a horror first half of the year, you have to say, for the Sharks.
I wouldn't actually say that. I think it was a very tough couple opening weeks, but there's been signs of progress. If they're still getting those big defeats that they were getting right at the start of the season, then yeah, that's a horror start to the season. I've seen plenty of signs from them, though, that there's a bit of life in this team. And while who knows if they'll come good this season or not, but they still have a little bit of time, but then they've got a lot to work towards. I have been impressed by them in patches, but not for the full 80. Tuggeranong were too good. They were fantastic today. They were a bit slow out of the blocks. Well, apart from they got a try in the first minute, so they weren't slow out of the blocks. But after that, they had about 20 minutes or so where they just weren't keeping up with the size of the Sharks, but they were patient and they were rewarded.
Got to say, it's been a great game there by Quinn Cannon coming off the bench there in about the 20th minute. Ever since Quinn Cannon came on for the Bushies, it was game over. He just changed everything out of dummy half. He got the ball speed going, the quick passes going, and it just started rolling forward there for Tuggeranong.
Yeah, it was really quick. I thought also Vatabuli, the fullback, I thought those two, they were just so quick off the mark, and they just didn't give Belconnen any time to have a bit of a break at all. Thankfully for them, the Sharks do have the bye next week, and then the week after that is the long weekend. So they haven't got matches for a couple of weeks, so they can go back to the training ground. They can probably, rather than just do your normal training session, they could probably have a good solid hit out and just iron out a few different issues there. Bushrangers, though, they've got the Blues next weekend, and that is a tough game there. So the Blues have been on fire this season, so a really big test for Tuggeranong next week.
Huge test for Tuggeranong. We need to get the results out from Queanbeyan at the moment. We do know that the halftime score at Kingallen was 14-6 there. Just waiting on some of the results. If we can get them through, we'll give them to you. It was Athamui there who finished things off. He had a good game today at Athamui. He was very lively and he was looking for gaps. He didn't necessarily need to run it straight. He was just going across the line, trying to find that hole to punch it on through.
Yeah, I was really impressed with him. He had a great work ethic. He was always looking for the footy, as you said. Good footwork too. He just knew. I didn't overplay his hand either. He just put it on a step when he needed to. Or was cutting back in. He was a very intelligent player. I was really impressed by Afamui. And Donovan as well. He got a couple of tries too. He was very impressive.
Donovan was fantastic early on. My player of the game though has to be Quinn Cannon. That chip and chase, cheeky from his own half, really put the game away for the Bushrangers. You don't see many bench dummy halves come on and do a chip and chase from their own half and run 60 metres and score the try, do you?
I don't see too many. Mind you, those utilities, they've always got a few tricks up their sleeves, and it really justifies the coach's decision to bring him on when he did. Like, it's not. Sometimes it can be a bit of an unusual time for a utility to come on, because I think he's played a good 60 minutes or so, Quinn Cannon. You see sometimes your utility playing 20 minutes, 40 minutes max, but he was so effective, he had to stay on.
Well, he was the player of the game for me today, was Quinn Cannon. He changed everything for the Bushrangers and really brought them into the win. And there's the Bushrangers who do walk away from O'Connor with the victory. They will take it 44 points to 24. A quick score. It looks like Yass have got up over Gingalan there. Yass in 24 points to 18. So Yass there getting a win. We don't know where the score's far from Queanbeyan. It takes about 40 years to get stuff over from Queanbeyan anyway. You know how it is. Queanbeyan, the other side of the border. But it is the Bushrangers who run out victors here. 44 points to 24 over the Belconnen United Sharks. I've been Jeff Cooper. Thank you for joining us here at O'Connor.
Right, Leon?